just a standard billy can. Winter is in full flow in the UK, just not down south where we live. No heavy snow or minus degrees, just wet, windy, and some mornings a bit of a nip in the air. So when the sun shines on a cold February morning, it's time to go outside where nature awaits to greet you and heal your soul, sending you on your way a little bit happier, a little bit calmer, with a sense of warmth. So yeah, I'm all parked up and now heading off to the woods. It's been quite a while since I've been on this patch. A lot has changed. Hopefully the sun's not glaring at you, but I didn't want to be facing the sun directly, so I'm hoping that the side lighting is okay. Now today I am going with an old school rucksack. It's what they call a Heroes of Telemark pack from the Norwegian Army during World War II. I bought it some years ago, but always nice to hear and see the skylarks. I don't know if you can hear them. Lovely little birds. I bought this rucksack some years ago. Traditional metal framed, or might be aluminium framed, canvas and leather World War II rucksack. And when I bought mine, it had the leather straps were still wrapped in like a waxed paper. Never used, never worn. So I feel I've been a little bit spoilt with it, to be honest. I mean, are they comfortable? So. I mean, compared to modern day rucksacks, no. There's no kind of waist support or spine protected padding or anything. It's just hanging off your shoulders. So I do try and keep it light when I'm using this pack, but it's just nice sometimes to go old school. Also wearing a Fjallraven old school type anorak parka. It's a G1000 fabric. It's a bit like canvas. You wax it with a special Fjallraven wax to make it waterproof, but it's a bit more breathable than old school wax jackets. Right, there's so much has changed here. I'm not sure what direction I'm supposed to be going and where. Right, let me figure that out and let me get to the woods. Right, well, this is an area that about 10 years ago used to frequent on a fairly regular basis. In fact, 2011 onwards, used to frequent here and just up the hill on a pretty much weekly basis for quite a few years. There's always been a little bit of debris and rubbish around here, and there's usually a bit of rubbish where the inbreds have come up here and evening time and smashed bottles, had drink. There's usually some drug packets and some condoms floating around and smashed glass. Admittedly, today I can't see any smashed glass. There's a couple of drug packets I can see from here. and at least they've made a kind of effort for putting their rubbish into a bag, or it's in the general direction of the bag at least, which is pretty good for the kind of that come up here. Right, let's start with a cup of tea, a fresh brew, so to speak. It's very bare up here in winter. I've forgotten how bare it is in the summer. I mean, there's been a lot of fall of trees that's blocked off the original path. But let's make a brew. Right, there's not many brew kits that are this small. Really is a little compact one, just enough for one for a cup of tea. Now this is a canvas pouch I made many moons ago. Just some folded tin to make a little windshield. And inside, yeah, I do have these because it does get quite hot to pick it up. And this is a Coke can stove that a good friend of mine made for me many years ago, probably 13 years ago, and I've just put a little bit of kind of coupe mesh in there for it to sit my mug on, and then obviously the wind deflector. Tea comes in the form of Kinder eggs because they're perfect for if I'm coming out and I know I'm going to have like 2 or 3 drinks. I'll put 3 Kinder eggs, 1 tea bag, 2 sugars, and we're good to go. And then a small bottle of meths and a lighter or a fire strike, depending on which way you might want to do it. I always put a bit of tissue in there, keep it clean. Right, let's get this going. Just enough to cover the dome is all I need for that. I'll often just use a little bit of my tissue just to get it going. There we go, and we're off. A little windshield around it. And then we let it do its thing. Now in the meantime it's sorting itself out. I will get the rest of my bag out. I think it's all inside the main compartment now. Like I was saying earlier, it's just a nice bag to have. Old school. It smells gorgeous. It smells like an army surplus. It smells like my childhood. There's a jumper which I will be putting on probably quite shortly, because standing around I'm going to get cold quick. Some rolls, some bacon, a couple of things I'm using for filming. My drone, which I'll make it out for a bit. A little mini kettle, I've had that for a long time, and that will be used possibly in conjunction with my billy can. Gloves for the fire. Canvas pouch has got my knives, saw, carving stuff in it. The obligatory axe. A couple of more editing and filming things. Oh yeah, that helps. That's just my phone when I'm doing kind of close-up fire starting. Again, goes with my editing and filming equipment. One sit map. And my pan. Now, I did have a bigger, heavier duty pan, but this is, some ketchup. This I bought in Sweden last year when we did 3 months in Scandinavia, and I have used it, but I haven't used it over the fire. So I bought it because it's a folding handle, it goes in the bag. It's a lot lighter than my one was fixed, although it was bigger, but it was fixed. So we'll get the cook system out. I don't think I'm going to have an open fire. I don't think I'm going to make a bonnie today. Yeah, the jets and that are doing nicely, but I will be cooking up here on a little cooker. Right, some of these bits can just go away for now. Not quite boiled, but we're getting there. It's got a good flame going on that today. I do love the smell of meths. Put the cover back on my tea. Right, let's go and find some twigs that are dry. Lots of long-tailed tits here today, I love it. Okay, and the buzzard. Don't know if you can hear him. See if I can bring him closer. I'm going to take my mobile phone with me because if I see the buzzards I can probably get some footage of them, so. See all of this. See, that's too bendy. But the stuff here that's been on the floor, as long as it's upright and off the ground, it just snaps. And this is good little sticks for my little hobo stove. In fact, if I can break that, yeah, see these size bits will be ideal. I mean, there's plenty there for what I need. Let me just make sure they're all recorded, because I'm paranoid now. Seriously. Whoa. This is my little hobo stove. I made this best part of 15 years ago. It's just a standard billy can, and this was from a dog biscuit tin, stainless steel. Plenty of holes in it to allow for air to blow through. Got a chain so I can hang the pot over a fire. It's got a little pan and the top that I use, but the main purpose is for these, putting a couple of these little tent pegs in. And then I can boil water through this as an little open fire with the lid, or I can not have that on there and just use it for cooking on, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. Right, let's get some twigs. Bit of an awkward position, I know. It's a little bit squatty, but it should just do the job. Now, I won't be cooking with the billy can for water today. I might do, depends how I do meths wise. And again, the other thing is that I've got the flame going. I can actually cook my normal mug on there, which I tend to not need to. I'll use that and then pour it in. And the lid keeps that nice and warm. It's a perfect sized little titanium cup. Okay, Let's don't need others in there for now, so I'll take those out. Get myself. I don't worry about scorching this because it's so sodden that it's not going to cause any marks. Sometimes I'll put them on bricks, on stones. Sometimes I'll even use the stainless steel cooking bowl, but it's not an issue, not a problem on this today. So I'm just going to grab the smallest, lightest, deadest pieces I've got. It's the buzzard again. And then in my, I will kneel down, here we go. In my little fire lighting bag, I have a plethora of things. Basic matches. I have a little tin with my flint and steel in. I'm not going to be doing that in the way of fire in there today. Have a lighter, have a tampon. The tampon pipette's great for fire lighting. I have magnesium. These are all just things to make life a bit easier. I've got some silver birch, which I probably will use. And then I've got some inner tube. Now once that lights, that's not going out. Inner tube is a great little emergency or a bushcraft fire starter, depends how lazy you are. I've also got some fat wood shavings, which has come from a knot on a pine tree that's dried out, and that's full of resin, so that burns unbelievably well. Again, that'll just take a strike for my fire strike. Another tampon and some steel wool. Again, once that starts smouldering, that's not stopping. So today I am going to use the little bit of silver birch that I have, but I've got plenty of options. If that doesn't work, which I'm sure it will, I'll probably go to a bit of inner tube or a tampon, but I won't be using a flint and steel today. Okay. So it's when it's windy like this and I can't be bothered to muck about too much, I will go straight with a bit of inner tube. No messing about. If you push the blade into the timber, then you can just pull the rubber down. And then that, once that's burning, he says, once that's burning, it ain't stopping. It's just blowing in this direction today. It's a bit of a shame because that's where the sun's coming from, and that's giving me the best kind of lighting for filming, but I don't mind smelling a bit smoky. I quite like it, to be honest. We'll just fill it up with small bits for now. I think I will change the angle. In fact, what I'm going to do is put you on. Now the wind keeps moving around anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much. And that's burning nicely. Just put my knife away. And I'll just crack up some small bits that can just go in the side once we are on full flow. It's not the biggest of holes, but I find as long as it's no bigger than like 4 inches, said the actress to the bishop, they just pop in that little hole on the side quite happily. It really doesn't take long for them to burn because it's so small, but I don't mind, keep feeding it with little twigs. It's quite enjoyable. I've always enjoyed feeding the fire. Hopefully the GoPro's not going to get cooked. I might just move you back a little bit, in fact, and reposition you. Yep, I know we're getting ready for the beer can. A little bit of oil. And I always put like a little finger condom just over the top just to make sure it doesn't leak. I'll just feed some sticks in. Give it a nice little head start now that we are cooking, so to speak. Just want to make myself a sharp stick just for turning the bacon. There you go, that'll do. Right, let's put some bacon on. I've got rolls, I've got ketchup, and then whilst I'm eating one I can cook another. Get some nice heat out of that now. Hopefully this will start cooking in no time. Yep, I think everything's going to smell of smoke by the end of the day, but that's what life's all about, and it is 20 past 12, it is lunchtime. And the joys again of having a cup like this is that my tea is only half drunk and it's begun to get cold. I can just whack it on top of that for a minute. I labelled the handle Sweden 24. Stick a few extra logs on the fire. Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. I should have brought some sausages with me as well. So a little bit more oil. Just to help with the cooking. Oh man, got a smell of bacon and fire. Doesn't get much better than that. I mean, I guess I could have made a small fire. It would have probably been better to cook on because I could have waited for some embers. But I haven't used my Hobo stove in a long time. So I just wanted to get that out for a change. Ketchup. Save that for the next one. Let's put some more bacon on. We have got some very black clouds arriving. I don't think we were due any bad weather. Maybe we will get a little bit. I think it's just clouds. I think it'll blow over. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that anyway. Right, well that's a second sandwich done. I don't think I want any more. But what I will do is put the pegs in, if I can, without burning myself. Because you get a bit toasty, usually, see, I've made shorter pegs this time. And, maybe I'm beginning to regret it. I know, need to get that going in there. Oh, there we go. Right. Let's put you on there. As you can probably hear, warms up in seconds. Let's finish off the ketchup. I might as well go on the fire. Don't need any more salt because it's salty. You can see it's smoking already. It's doing such a good job. That wind's definitely picking up. I don't think I'm going to do any carving today. I think I'm going to sit here, have my tea. Now that's hot already. Have a little wander around, see if I can find any signs of wildlife. There's potentially badger on the next bank. So I'll go and check that out before I head home. Just going to heat up this water to help clean the pan. I usually have like a little Brillo pad, half a Brillo pad that I keep with me, but I don't know what I did with that, so I'll use a stick and then give it a proper clean when I get home. I hope it's been interesting enough for you. Just wanted to kind of get out for myself without any worrying about what wildlife there is or isn't. And it was just going to be nice to come out, get some sunshine. Whew, that sun is warm. Have a few fresh brews, or in this case a reheated one. But it's just nice to be outside and kind of back to basics. I'm going to end the video here. I think I'm just going to now sit and relax for a while before heading home. If you've got any questions about my cooking setups, then leave a comment below. And also I'd love to hear what other people do, what you guys are doing for cooking and making fresh brews. If you have enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't subscribe, I'd love you to. We've got all buzzard. See if I can film him. My videos have been a bit off-piste lately. We've had some photography ones, we've had a few reviews, we've got a bushcrafty kind of cooking one, and I guess it's because I'm interested in so many things, not just wildlife photography. Right, let's give this a clean, have a clean up, and then just make another brew, sit here and enjoy it. So until next time, thanks for watching, bye for now.